I want to end on a note of looking forward. The IMF and World Bank turn 80, as they frequently have reminded us over the past few days. You can call it a birthday, or you can call it marking the occasion, or you can call it an anniversary. Whatever it is, they're turning 80. They were founded in 1944 in the midst of war, not after the war. The problem is, and I say this as someone who cares deeply about these institutions, they often spend too much time looking backwards on the past 80 years and saying to each other and saying to us about all the things they have achieved in those 80 years. And they have achieved an incredible amount in those 80 years. They have lifted billions of people out of poverty working with countries around the world. But the message we want to deliver and I want to communicate on behalf of the Atlantic Council is that is not enough to sustain these institutions for the next 80 years. What the world is looking for is, what will you do for me in the future? And if these institutions continue to look backwards and pat themselves on the back and say, look at what we've done, we will not be here in 20 years at the 100th anniversary in these institutions, and certainly not in 80 years at the 160th anniversary of these institutions. These are not self-perpetuating institutions, the IMF and the World Bank. They have to be continually renewed by the membership, the 190 countries which are currently the members versus the 44 which founded them. It is their belief in these institutions that only makes them go, and their belief comes from the belief of the citizens of those countries in the institutions that the IMF and the World Bank serves them. So our message, and the message of the Bretton Woods 2.0 project, is simply this: the last 80 years are important and we should recognize them, but it's time to focus on the next 80. That's what we'll be committed to at the Atlantic Council. We thank you for joining us throughout the week. We look forward to working with you and all of those interested in supporting these institutions in the days and months ahead.